All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so excited. We are in for a special treat tonight. We're doing a special cookie chat with my mom, and it's a holiday version. My mom and I got a chance to do a cookie class recently, and so we're going to share with you some fun things about that class. But I also have some giveaways. So first off, if you could let me know you're here. Where are you watching from tonight? We will be doing some questions too, so please get your questions ready. And for the giveaway, so I love scribes, and I don't know, some of you might know we have a Lolly Sparkle scribe, so I'm giving one of those away tonight. And I have some super cute Christmas scribes from Happy Sweets and Treats from Alexia over at Happy Sweets and Treats. So hi everybody. Welcome from New York, from Detroit, from Illinois, from Pennsylvania, Missouri. Oh, so fun. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I know you all are here for my mom and not for me because she has the most amazing accent, and she taught me how to love food and how to have an experience with food. We're also going to be talking about that tonight and how to put together maybe some quick gifts because it's the week of Christmas, and I'm sure we're all running around trying to make Christmas magic happen. So gifts real quick, the giveaways. Go to lollysgiveaway.com. Put your name in there. That's where we're going to be drawing names from tonight. Yay! Hi, Terry. Hi, Heather. Hi, Jeannie. Allison, Carolyn. So nice to see you all. Okay, go to lollysgiveaway.com and put your name in there. Only put your name in one time. Okay, so one time only. That's it. That's all you need to do. I'm laughing. Mr. Lollies is watching too. He's watching from South Dakota. That's where I am. I live in South Dakota. So, okay. Are you all ready? I'm going to bring my mom on, and we're going to do giveaways throughout. So just make sure you go to lollysgiveaway.com, put your name in one time. Okay. Are you all ready for this? Are you all ready? All right. Here we go. We're going to add her to the stage. Hi, Mom.
Hello. How are you?
This is my mom, Jean, from Whisk and Company. And yeah, Mom, how long have you had Whisk and Company? Because you've been on like Instagram. Are you on Facebook? Or are you just over on Instagram?
No, I'm on Facebook, but I really don't go on Facebook. I only do Instagram.
Yeah, it's visual.
That's about all I can handle.
Okay, first of all, if y'all haven't seen her over on Instagram, is it Whisk and Company spelled out?
Did you find that? Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me see if it'll let me post. So so Jean, my mom, she's at Whisk and A-N-D, right, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
C-O-M-P-A-N-Y, like fully spelled out?
Yeah, fully spelled out.
Okay. So I'm going to post that in here, everybody, and you should be able to see it. So fun. So make sure that you check her out. She makes the most amazing dishes. I mean, what kinds of things do you normally make, Mom?
Well, I make dinner a lot.
Yeah.
And
you're always making amazing things.
You asked me how long I've had Whisk and Company. Well, I actually started Whisk and Company when I retired from the travel industry. I wasn't a travel agent. I actually did management, which was probably a lot easier. I had friends who are really adept at being travel consultants, travel advisors, they will tell you, which is actually what they are, because they advise you how to get the best out of your trip. And they actually do save you money. But I retired, and then I thought, but what am I going to do? Because I've been very busy all my life. So I decided to start Whisk and Company. And I had visions that it was going to be this amazing company, and and then I decided I didn't want to be that busy. I've just retired. Why would I want to be that busy? So it's kind of it's a very small business. It's a micro business, put it that way. So I cook dinner for my husband and I, but right now we've got, people visiting for Christmas. It's bedlam downstairs. And what I like to cook desserts.
Yes, we all like the dessert.
Yes, but I like to create some recipes too sometimes. Sometimes it's just a case of, okay, what have we got in the fridge, because I can't be bothered to go out. And so I'll create something with what we've got. And as you well know, my cupboards are never bare because
they're never bare. Well, I'm the same. I have people that come to my house. Wow, you're stocked up. And I'm like, well, I don't like to not have things when I want to make a recipe.
No, but it's actually stood me in really good stead because we live in Oregon, and 2 years ago we had fires in the summer, and it was a case of, basically you had to be ready to leave because the fires were that close. And then after the fires in the winter, we had an ice storm, which meant everything shuts down. Nothing can move because it is literally ice everywhere. You could lay in bed at night and just hear all the trees, all the branches breaking off. But of course, there was no heat, there was no electricity because everything had broken down. So I was very glad to have my cupboards at that time.
Yeah, it can save you when there's a pandemic or something, even too, when you have a good stock of food.
Exactly. Or if you just feel like making a batch of cookies, you've got everything right there. So that's good.
Right. Yeah. Well, if you're like me, or maybe you have the bins too. I've got, I think they're like 13-gallon rollable bins where I keep my flour and my sugar. So I'm never out of that.
No, it's always good to do that because you can, move them around to where you work and then store them away. So.
Yeah, somebody's saying they live 25 miles from a grocery store, so they're always well stocked. Yeah.
Oh, good for them.
Those of you who live a little more rural, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we talk a little bit about your accent, because everybody loves your accent, and some of y'all know that I was born in England. Obviously, I don't have an accent. We came back to the States when I was 6 months old. But where does your accent come from? Are you Australian? Are you British? Where does it come from?
If I was Australian, I'd be talking like that, wouldn't I? So, and if I was Scottish, because a lot of people they say, "Are you Scottish?" And I'm not Scottish either. So, no, I was born. I was born in Whitstable, which is about 5 miles from Canterbury, which most people have heard of because. I did Chaucer's Canterbury Tales at school and so on, which is about 50 miles southeast of London.
Okay.
So what I have is what they call a Southern English accent.
Yeah.
So when I used to work in London, I used to work for the Bank of England in London, which sounds very posh. And actually it wasn't that because, anyway, we don't need to go into that because we're talking about cookies. But I was around a lot of people who had titles. So sometimes my accent graduates to be a bit more like Downton Abbey. So
okay, the Downton Abbey, it wasn't the Queen's English. I don't even have an accent for that one. I can do your English accent, but the Queen's accent is quite...
Yes, it's terribly plummy. It's as if you have a plum in your mouth and you speak like that so that the plum does not slip out of your mouth when you're talking.
I love it.
That's the entertainment.
I don't think I've heard you do that one before.
The Queen? Oh, yes. Well, I have done the Queen before. Anyway, we're talking about cookies.
Okay, I know we're talking about cookies, but there's so much more to talk about too, because you were just in England and you sent me pictures. Well, so we do a family thread. We have a family thread, and my mom was sending all of these pictures of these wonderful places in England that she was going to visit and all the food that you had. So so forgive me, everybody. We love food. That's why we're here. Yes, we're going to talk about cookies, but can we talk about all the food for a minute? Because there's a place in Whitstable, and the times that I've gone, we always stop at Fish and Chips in Whitstable, and I can't remember the name of the place, but isn't it the place that you used to go when you were young?
Yes, when I was young, it used to be called Thomas's, and it was run by a family called Thomas. And then obviously they got old and they sold the business, and now it's called Jones's. But my sister and I, we still call it Thomas's because to us it is always Thomas's. And the irony of it is that this time when we went, every time I go to eat there at least once or twice. And so obviously we know the owners, and my sister eats there as well every so often. And so as we were talking to one of the owners, she was mentioning that she had gone, well, we knew that she had gone to the same school as my sister, but she said, well, I have older sisters. She said, yeah, I'm one of 6. So my older sisters went to school. She said, well, maybe they might be your age, because my sister, bless her little heart, was always telling everybody that she's the younger one of the two of us.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So, we found out that we had so many friends in common. It was just really interesting. And the lady who owns it, her brother was in a band with a boy that I knew. So it was a very small world.
Oh, so nice. Oh, and you had a good time this last trip?
Yes, we did. We kind of stayed close to the same place and just kind of popped out for days. We obviously went to Whitstable, which actually it's a seaside town. And when I grew up, it was very much a kind of it was a nondescript seaside town. It really didn't have anything to recommend it. But now it's become extremely popular with people from London because it is basically the first stop on the train from London to the south, where there's a nice beach and things. So it's become kind of a chic little place. So when I say I'm from Whitstable, oh, aren't you lucky? Well, I wasn't when I was growing up because it was just a scruffy little town. Well, now it's very chic. So
it's very chic.
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm glad you had such a good time. And so you sent pictures of some other food that you ate too, I think. You had some other dishes. I don't know. I saw them. They looked amazing. They looked like maybe it was Indian food. It looked fancy.
We had a special family dinner, and that was lovely because it was what did I have? I had roast lamb, which is very popular in England, and with all the Christmas trimming, Brussels sprouts, because everybody in England loves Brussels sprouts. It's not like here where there's kind of Brussels sprouts. There it's all Brussels sprouts. So and actually, I think I had Yorkshire pudding with it just because you could, because normally Yorkshire pudding goes with roast beef, not lamb. So anyway.
Oh, it does? Okay, hold on, because my plan for Christmas dinner on Monday is to have Yorkshires, and everybody's requesting lamb. I was going to have both. Is that a faux pas? Should I not be doing that?
We won't tell anybody. You just go ahead and have it and enjoy
I was making all the things that I like, and that my family has requested. Preston and Porter actually requested lamb. So.
Good.
Lamb. I'm going to make Yorkshires because I like them, and I think I'm going to do roast potatoes. Those crispy roast potatoes. Okay, we have a question. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to say, do you want to do the question first, and then I'll carry on?
Sure. Well, I have a question. Did you ever see the Beatles?
No, I didn't ever see the Beatles. I know I look really old, but I'm not quite that old to go and see the Beatles.
Really?
No, I was probably about 12 actually. So.
Oh, okay. So maybe just younger. Do you like the Beatles? Did you start?
Oh yeah, I love the Beatles. Yeah, I mean, I remember watching them on television and so on. So yeah, no, I never saw the Beatles. And actually, I didn't see the Queen either. My sister did. My sister actually, she was involved in basically a housing authority, and the authority that she was involved with was kind of honored, and so she actually got to meet the Queen. So which she also will not let me forget. So. There you go.
Right, it brings it up. So here's something. I remember it was one of the times where we went to go. You took us and the kids, and we went to go see the Crown Jewels. And it just so happened that there was a motorcade. Can't remember what was going on, but I remember seeing from a far distance that it was the Queen as she was getting out, and we didn't see her, but I could see kind of shadows of her in the car. So I remember that.
Yeah, so you've seen the Queen too.
I've seen the Queen. Anyway, okay. Well, we know we love food. We have some. I'm cooking some English dishes for Christmas, but we're going to do a giveaway. So I want to give away one of these scribes, and then we're going to talk about the class that we did together. It was a lot of fun, and left us with some beautiful cookie frames as gifts. So okay, let me go here. We're going to go ahead and choose a random name. So we got random drawing here. Thank you for entering your name. We are going to do others. So if you haven't entered it, go to lollysgiveaway.com, enter your name. All right. Drum roll, please, Mom. Woo! Wendy Porsche. Is either Porsche or Portia. Wendy Portia. You have won our Lolly Scribe. Oh, let me go back to, can I see you? Can I hear you? Okay, great. Congratulations, Wendy Portia. Please message service@lollyshomekitchen.com and we will get this out to you. We just need to grab your address from you, and then we'll get this out to you. So congratulations. Thank you for being here tonight. This is, so these scribes actually were designed by my friend at Happy Sweets and Treats. So Alexis over there, she designed these cute little Christmas ones. Actually, can you see? So we've got a little Santa with a sparkly top there. We have the Rudolph, the reindeer, and then we have the Lolly's Sparkle Scribe, which has the Lolly's heart and a gummy bear at the top, and sprinkles and sparkles. So, yay! Anyway, congratulations! I love doing giveaways. All right, we'll do two. We have two more. So Right now, though, Mom, we did this class, and it is all edible cookie frames. I actually had a question. Somebody asked, I don't understand. Why are you doing cookies as frames? Like, what would you put behind there? So, okay, explain why we're doing cookie frames and what they can be used for.
Well, a lot of times, at Christmas, you give gift cards to people. And that's very nice. But what do? You wrap them up, you put them in an envelope. But if you put them in a little box with a cookie frame around it, it becomes a really special gift because, okay, they've got the gift card, but now they have a cookie. And it's basically a little extra thought, a little extra part of the gift. And it's much more personal than just a gift card. Yeah. And then also, I think, if you've got, maybe you've got somebody who just had a new baby, or somebody who got married, or somebody it's their, they just turned 1 or something like that. The cookie frames are great because you can put a picture behind them. And then again, they can they have a gift because they can eat the cookie, but they still have the picture that you have to give them to. And if you have a gift card that is too big for the cookie, you can still put it in a bigger box and put shred around the cookie so that part of the gift card shows, but it's the actual gift card extends beyond the cookie.
Yeah. Well, I love them because, and that's one thing I love about how you taught me to think of gifts, is making them something special. Is this is a way to make a gift something a little more special, and maybe a little more special than just a cookie even too, because we know that these decorated sugar cookies, they're a gift in and of themselves, but it's also a great way to just incorporate, because you can do simpler designs on the cookies. So I would like to let everybody know, if you've been looking at the giftable cookie frames class and you think to yourself, wow, that's really complicated, maybe I can't do that. They are surprisingly easy. They look like a professional did them by the time that you're done with them. But would you agree, Mom, that they're a simpler cookie? It is a beginner class.
They're actually, I think, very cost effective, very time effective, and very easy. They, as you say, they look complicated. They're a great way to make a gift personal. And however much or however little that you do on them, it still becomes personal. But for instance, with the, if you use the, what is it? The parchment.
The texture paper.
For instance, all of the cookies can be done with simple shapes that you already have. You just need a larger cutter and a smaller cutter, and you've got your frame. So everybody's got a square or a round cutter. You should be able to do that. So you don't have to go buy extra cutters. That's one thing. And then also, if you do just the straight stenciling on top, you flood your cookie, let it set while you're busy doing other things, wrapping presents, going shopping, whatever else at this time of year. But then you can just stencil that, and really it's finished at that point. So you've got 2 steps. If you're doing the parchment paper and you don't want to get a special design, you can just crinkle up parchment paper and lay it on. You can take a cupcake paper and put that on. There's numerous ways to have that, again, without spending extra money. And also, it basically does itself overnight. So it couldn't be simpler.
Yeah, it really is. They are really easy if you just dive into the class, and you'd be surprised at how simple it is to create what looks like really complicated cookies. So, so we had some really great suggestions in here. A lot of them are going to be using them for announcements. Announcing an engagement or announcing a baby coming. Those would be really fun ways to use cookie frames, and give those. Oh gosh, they make great gifts.
See, now you're thinking, because now you've kind of caught the vision of them, because it's not just a cookie with a hole in the middle. It's a cookie that is personal, and also it makes it personal for the person receiving.
Right. And it's something memorable. They're not going to forget that they received a cookie frame, and whatever gift came with it too. And that's what I'm hoping that you all take from this class is, yes, it's a theme that can be used for holiday. We're in the holiday season, but these frames can be used any time of the year with any kind of theme on them. They're really versatile. So,
I mean, how cool is that for Valentine's?
Right?
Okay. I'm sure you can think of something. I was going to say something a bit saucy, but I shouldn't really say that, should I? You can think of
sweet. You could do some spicy and some saucy if you wanted to.
There you go. Yeah. Or it could just be, just be a simple heart inside. So
yeah,
lots of things. I mean, Easter, birthdays, graduations. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So this was something that that I was thinking about actually incorporating into this class, but we wanted to just it's a whole other class in and of itself, is isomalt. So we do have some of our cookiers in the Lollies community have used isomalt to create kind of a glass behind that cookie frame, and then have that kind of a clear center to the cookie frame, and then they overlay that over something else as well. So if you're into isomalt, we will be doing a class on isomalt at some point. That's a really fun addition to cookie frames too. Okay. So, questions. I know y'all are enthralled by my mom's accent, and I could talk about England and food all night long. But if you have any questions about the cookie frames, any questions for my mom or for me, cookie related, we're an open book. So feel free to drop those in the comments. And Mom, when did you first become interested in cookie frames? Because you do cakes. You do all sorts of desserts. You do a lot of pastries, and then you do cookies as well. Mm-hmm. So when did you first become interested in like the cookie frames?
Oh, in the cookie frames.
This is all under your inspiration, honestly. When you and I were talking about like, this class.
Yeah.
And let's
maybe about 2 years ago, somebody I saw did quite a complicated frame as a Christmas card. So it was in 4 pieces, and all the pieces kind of fit together, and it was a lovely cookie to do. Well, it's a lovely set of cookies to do, really. But I think when we were talking, you were looking for something that would be quick and easy and impressive and versatile. And I think the cookie frames that you designed really fit that bill more.
Yeah, and so something fun that we did is, you'll see in the class, everyone, that my mom did her version of the cookie frames, and then I did my version of the cookie frames. So it was really fun to see that, how you did them, Mom, how you were doing the stenciling and how you did that. There's the one with it's the red frame, and there's 2 versions of the red frame in the photos that y'all will see. And one of them is my mom's and one of them's mine. In fact, I don't think people know whose is whose. So y'all need to go take a look at, if you go to lolliescookieclass.com, the link is in here too. So if you click the link for the class, or you can go to lolliescookieclass.com and it's listed there. Take a look at the pictures. I want you all to take a look and let me know which one of those red frames do you think my mom did and which one you think I did. Because it's actually hard to tell. I could see myself doing both of them. Mm-hmm. Okay, a couple of questions. Do we get together to bake often? Not as much as I like, honestly. No. My mom lives in Oregon and I live in South Dakota. We did get together, well, not just for the class, when Micah's baptism. So you were here for that, and you baked up I think we did a tomato tart, and we did luncheon for everybody. And did we do desserts? I can't remember. You did pastry. That's when you did pastry.
Oh, I did pastry, yeah.
So we would like to cook together more often, but we don't.
Mm-hmm. What's really nice about cooking together is that because we both like to cook, it's easy. It's like, oh, Mom, can you do this? And I know how to do it. And I say, oh, Lauren, could you do this? And she knows how to do it. I don't have to say, well, this is how you do it. That's what's nice about it. But I think you find that a lot with mums and daughters, is they kind of can read each other.
You taught me well. In fact, that's a question. Did you learn all of your wonderful cookie skills from Jean? Yes and no. So you introduced me to cookies when Micah was in and out of the hospital, and you could tell that I needed some sort of outlet because I was going to go insane probably. And you had just taken a class from Bliss Cookies on airbrushing, and you brought it to Portia, my mother-in-law's house in Chicago, and you showed us all how to airbrush on cookies, and I was hooked from there. And then I kind of took off with it and started just doing cookies all the time. And then you started doing more cookies too. And then people started asking to buy from me, and it turned into a business. And now it's turned into this whole Lollies thing. So I would say yes and no.
I think I introduced you. I
Yeah.
think you took off with it. I mean, you're way more talented than I could ever be. So,
but I'll also probably spend a lot more hours doing it, I would say, with
yeah,
all
probably.
the cookie creations I've
Because
made
I'm
over the last
retired.
5 years.
That's why I
That's
don't
right.
do.
So, and you're right. You don't want to be this busy, Mom.
I don't want to be busy.
Okay, a couple of other really great questions coming in. Is this class a beginner's class? A beginners can take without too much difficulty? Yes, Heather. So this is a beginner class that you can take without too much difficulty, because we do show you how to mix up those rich dark colors. We do go over, the outlining and flooding, which will get that icing onto the cookie. And then it's just a matter of applying the details that we walk you through step by step how to do them. So this is a beginner's class that you can do without too much difficulty.
I would say, though, Lauren, that it can actually be a bit more advanced, because once you've done the first one, if you've already made cookies, you'll be thinking to yourself, oh, I could do this. And
right. You start getting those ideas.
Yourself. Yeah.
So and that's kind of the way it is with most of the Lollies classes, is you can do a beginner version, but the class teaches you how to do either an intermediate or even up to advanced as well. So, I mean, we have classes from beginner level, intermediate, and advanced, but even the beginner classes, you'll start to see, oh, I could do this with this cookie, and level it up and add more details and make it something more than a beginner cookie. But
but none of these look like beginner cookies. I would have to say that.
I know.
I mean, I think for beginner cookies, they look incredibly non-beginner.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, we've got Carla who went to the cookies. Oh, mine says thank you, and yours says Noel. I think that's right. Carla, did you take a look at the red one? Because I can't remember on the tree ones which was my mom's and which was mine. Those ones actually ended up really similar. But the red frame, let me know what you think about that one. Oh, Edith. Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to look at the picture, because they're referring to, the one on the right, the one on the left, and I can't remember which is which. Well, I can tell you. I'll tell you all in a minute. I'll tell you all which is which in a minute. So get your guesses in. Oh, this is a great question. Lolly, have you ever thought of entering HGTV's cookie contest shows? Oh, well, thank you. That's a very nice compliment. I would be a great contestant. I have thought about it. I've actually been approached to enter Food Network shows and some other ones. I think I will at some point. It's stressful and can be time consuming, and I have a lot going on. I also am really dedicated and focused on serving my Lollies community of cookiers, and I don't want to take away from that right now. So I will at some point. Thank you for that. I think it would be fun, but it also is stressful. I have enough stress. Okay. Anne has a great question. I've had a hard time getting RI consistency correct when I make the royal icing. The peaks fold over a bit. Should they stand straight up? So I'll answer that question first. Yes. So when it's straight out of the mixer, you should have stiff icing where it stays up. If they're folding over, then it depends on what you're decorating. If you're going to be just outlining and flooding, then that might be okay. But you're probably not going to get super thick details. So, and it would depend on the design that you're doing. But typically, icing straight out of the mixer, you do want to be very stiff, but you don't want to mix so much air into it that it becomes like super fluffy. That gets to be overmixed. But you did have another question, and also if the royal icing color has oversaturated, how do you fix it? So oversaturation, and Mom, chime in if you have any other ideas for oversaturation of icing. The best way to fix that is to add more fresh icing. So it will change the color a little bit, but if it's oversaturated, you're going to need to quote unquote water it down with more just white regular icing.
That actually is the best way, but the other way is Americolor does do a white icing, a white color that you can put a drop of that in, which actually lifts the color a little bit. But the easiest, quickest, and most effective way is to add extra icing. Yeah, I would say that's the best way. Yay. Okay. Oh, Amel, I would agree, Mom. They're saying that Amel saying she wishes you were neighbors.
It'd be so fun to have you as a neighbor. Yeah. She
That would be fun.
Also loves cooking. You two would be great neighbors.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all which cookie is which. I wish I had them up here with me. So the red cookie with the swash of white design on like half the cookie is my mom's. So Jean did that one. And then the cookie with the red square frame with the gold leaf and like the heavily textured, that was mine. So good guesses, everyone. Okay.
Are you gonna give something else away?
Yes, I was just, thank you for reminding me. We're going to give away another scribe, another Christmas scribe. We're going to give away our reindeer, our cute little reindeer scribe. What has it got up top here? Oh, it's a little candy cane. Hold on, I'm going to take it out so you can see. It's got a cute little candy cane at the top there too. That's adorable. Okay. We are going to go to the random picker over here. Okay. Ooh. Okay, let's see. We have, drum roll please, Janet Lester. Janet Lester, thank you for being here. Thank you for entering. You are the winner of our cute little reindeer scribe. So please, if you are a winner tonight, message service@lollyshomekitchen.com so we can get your information and get this cute thing out to you. So I just would ask them, we actually are, so Lolly's team does take a break over Christmas, so just have some patience with us and we'll get it out to you as soon as possible. But we've just been working hard. We've been working hard all year. We've been, we're all moms. And Mom, you'll understand this. My whole team, we're all moms with kids, and we're, trying to make all the things happen with our homes and families, and with work as well. So, so we're all taking a little break for Christmas, and we'll get things shipped out as soon as possible. Okay. Oh, yay, Mark. I'm coming in. I don't want to miss you. Thank you, everybody. Okay. All right, we've got one more giveaway to do. Okay, Mom, I have one other question for you. What are your favorite meals to make?
Oh.
And I guess one other question is, why do you love food so much? What makes you love food? Well, I mean, other than the fact we all get hungry and we want to eat, but like you've always had a passion for just exquisite like food,
I mean, life is too short to eat bad food. It really is. I mean, we should be enjoying what we eat. So, yeah. I think probably one thing I enjoy making is lemon chickens. Well, my recipe for lemon chicken, simply because when anybody comes home, I say, okay, what would you like for dinner? And they always say lemon chicken. And now we were on a trip with some of the grandkids. And it was sort of late in the afternoon and everybody was getting hungry. We were all in different cars. I was in a different car from this particular grandchild. And this grandchild, somebody said, I'm hungry. And this grandchild said, don't worry, Grandma's going to make lemon chicken. Nobody had said anything about lemon chicken. But that's it. So I think in some respects, lemon chicken is probably a signature dish. It's not really lemon chicken. But anyway.
Isn't it lemon? It's lemon chicken piccata. I remember it's chicken piccata.
Yeah,
because you made that. You would make that every time. It was on Sundays when we'd have the missionaries over from church.
Yeah.
And you'd make lemon chicken piccata. And you had a reputation. They all wanted to come to our house because you made lemon chicken. I remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I haven't made that in a long time.
I mean, but I do like to make a really good dessert. I mean, when you can, I made one the other day. It was actually a Nigella Lawson recipe. Nigella Lawson, is that her name? I forgot what her name is. Nigella, anyway. And it's so simple. It's halved plums, and you put them in a mixture of maple syrup, butter, and brown sugar, and you put them in the oven and baste them until they're all soft and absolutely. Oh, and star anise goes into it, so they are very much this season. And then you serve it with Greek yogurt that has a little bit of cinnamon mixed into it, and they are just sublime.
That sounds divine.
And it's
Oh
so
my
simple.
goodness.
I mean, I love things like that are really simple, but so full of flavor. And I mean, I think you capture that with some of your cookie recipes too, where you think, oh, okay, that's just a great cookie. But then you taste it, you think, I could eat this on my own, on its own. I don't need frosting. I don't need something else with this.
That's the case with a lot of our Lolly's recipes. And if anybody doesn't know, Jean, my mom here actually helps me develop those recipes because she has this exquisite taste for flavors. And so even that, Mom, the plum and the anise and the cinnamon and all of that, I could see that as a cookie. I mean, raise your hands, everybody, if you want that in a cookie recipe. So that's amazing. I
do have one other tip though. You mentioned roast potatoes, and I just recently I was craving roast potatoes, but I just didn't want to take the time to do them because they do take a while. And so what I did was I got potatoes and I sliced it up really thin on a mandolin, but you could just slice them very thin with a knife. I mean, like 1/8 of an inch thin, and then put those sliced potatoes in a bowl with melted butter, salt and pepper, and then just put globs of those sliced potatoes in the muffin cups of a muffin pan.
Oh, yes.
And you bake them in the oven, and they're crispy on top and they're really crispy on the bottom, and they're all lovely and potatoey in the middle. And they're so quick. I mean, it doesn't even take 20 minutes. So
that sounds amazing. Are they kind of like those Hasselback potatoes where they're
No, they're actually more like a pomme Anna, but
oh, I don't know that one.
Okay, pomme Anna it's French for Anna potatoes, and they cook those in a copper pan, and it's beautiful layered pieces, but this is just a handful squished in. So
gotcha. Okay, well, I might have to try that because those roast ones take a while.
Again, not very cookie-ish, but
no, I don't think I'll make a potato cookie, but I tell you what, we have we're constantly thinking of flavor ideas for cookie recipes. So y'all here, if you ever have a request for a specific flavor combination or cookies, please message us, because I tend towards gourmet flavors or just interesting combinations. We also tend to go with more natural flavors if possible. I always like to include, if there's a natural version of the flavor of the thing, I tend to go towards that first before trying to use extracts and things. And I think that can be a go-to for a lot of bakers, is they'll immediately go to, well, let's just use an extract or an artificial flavor. And I love to try and include as natural of a flavor as possible, depending on what we're trying to create. Anyway, that's my spiel about recipes. We do have a question about recipes from Terry. Can any of the recipes be converted to drop cookies instead of cutout cookies? Terry, I wouldn't say that all of them. It depends on which of the flavors, because some of the recipes, like the cookie butter and the salted caramel, those are specific for a cutout cookie. However, most of them can. So they would need a little bit more creaming of the butter and sugar, and you would have to add a leavener. What's that?
And a little less flour.
A little less flour and a leavener, because most of our cutout recipes do not have any leavening in them. So you would have to add a little bit. But that's a great question, Terry.
Yeah.
Okay, another one. Okay, but this is when I saw this pop up when we were talking about the favorite meal, Mom. Somebody said, don't say shepherd's pie. And I laughed because I love shepherd's pie, and I make a version of shepherd's pie. My family loves it, but I understand if some people don't like it. It's okay.
Well, technically, shepherd's pie is made with lamb and cottage pie is made with beef.
Oh, okay, then I'll make a cottage pie.
Just so you know. But everybody calls it shepherd's pie.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, Carla was saying she has a culinary degree. Did it for myself. Food makes you happy, warm, and satisfied. I agree. We actually have a lot of you in our Lolly's community, and maybe watching this, that have a culinary degree of some sort. And I have heard a lot of bakers, culinary artists that have always wanted to master this royal icing thing and the decorated cookie thing, that have joined the Lolly's world and have taken cookie camp and some of our classes. So I know they work. They really do, because I've taught culinary majors and culinary artists how to decorate cookies with royal icing. So wonderful, Carla. And then I think we have the link here. Somebody asked, where can we see the cookie frames? If you just go to click the link here in the comment section. If you can't find it, go to lollyscookieclass.com, and it's the first class that's available right there on that page. And you can take a look at all of the information about the class. We've got photos, we've got all of the things there for you to take a look at.
You're talking about these cookie frames, Lauren, and I think you could actually finish those cookie frames in 24 hours.
Yes.
I mean,
they're
that quick.
Yes, they are. Because there's no extra dry time on layers and layers of stuff. You basically, you get your flood down, and then it's all details, and then final, it's like 1 to 2 hours max on final dry time. They really can be done in 24 hours.
Well, and a lot of times, because you're using either dusts or stiff royal icing, they dry quickly. So again, you're not having to wait for them a lot longer.
Yeah. Yep. That's a really great note to point out, because I think all of us are wondering, what's the quickest way we can get some gifts out? What's the quickest way we can get these cookies done, Okay. All right. Rosa has a great question. Where can we purchase your cookie recipe book? So my recipe book, we actually updated it with all of 2023 recipes. It's currently available in our downloadable PDF version. It comes with when you join our Royal Kitchen Crew. It actually comes with our annual version of our Royal Kitchen Crew. That is the place where you can get it right now. We're working on a printed version where you can purchase it as a printed version, but right now it's available as a downloadable, and that comes with when you join our Royal Kitchen Crew. And inside Royal Kitchen Crew, if you don't know, you get access to this giftable cookie frames class. You get access to all of our other classes and recipes and all the things. So I hope that answers your question. Oh, wonderful. Well, this has been so fun. I think we should do another giveaway. We have our cute little Santa scribe ready for you. So it should, it'll arrive as soon as we can get it out to you. So let's go ahead and give that away right now. Is everybody ready? Okay, if you have not entered, go to lollysgiveaway.com, put your name in. We are doing our random drawing. Okay. Barb is it Gauthier? Barb Gauthier. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Yay, congratulations. Thank you so much for being here. And again, to all our winners, message us at service@lollyshomekitchen.com so we can get your info and get these cute scribes out to you. And a special thanks to Alexia from Happy Sweets and Treats. She's wonderful. She's where I get all my sprinkle spatulas from. I get from Happy Sweets and Treats, and she actually has produced all of our sprinkle scribes. We have a Lolly's black and white scribe that we will be making available coming soon. So some of you have won them. We will have them available for purchase in the coming year. So we're really excited for that. Mom, any last notes or anything about our cookie frames, or what are you making for Christmas dinner?
Well, actually, we're going to Molly's, so I don't have to do.
Oh, anything. You are. Depends on what Molly's my other sister, one of my other sisters. So she lives near my mom. She's lucky enough to live near mom.
Yes, yeah. So I think I'll be making dessert though, and I haven't decided what to do yet.
Oh,
so.
I've been struggling with the dessert too, because I've had grand plans to make these treat plates for neighbors that have fudge and chocolate covered cherries and cookies and all these things, and I'm not quite sure I'll get to it, but I don't know what to make for Christmas dessert. We did layered Jell-O for Thanksgiving. So I was thinking of doing a cookie cake where it's like a cookie but then some mini cookies and buttercream frosting.
Yeah.
Or
I think I might do a trifle. When I was in England, I was watching Mary Berry do one, and I thought, oh, that looks really good. So,
did you go to her class?
No, it was on television.
Okay.
When you're in England, anywhere near Christmas time, the whole of television is filled up with all these Christmas specials, and they're cooking everything, and it's really. I mean, it was kind of like, well, I've had like 12 Christmas dinners now because that's what they cook. So.
Oh, we have some good suggestions coming. Tiramisu. Stephanie's making red velvet cheesecake bars. That sounds amazing. Pie, a nice custard pie. Ooh, I haven't had custard in a long time, but if we had trifle.
Yeah.
It's, the custard and the fruit and the sponge cake. Is that what
Yes,
it is,
yeah.
right, Mom?
That's the basis of it. It's sponge cake, fruit, jelly.
Yeah.
In England they call it jelly, so here it's jello, right? Yeah, it's jello.
Jello. Yeah.
Then jello and custard and cream on top. So that's the
Yeah.
basis of a trifle.
Yeah, I might put that on the menu. We'll see. I've got to get planned for all that. Got to go grocery shopping. Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight, and I'm so glad that you got to meet my mom and that we got to chat with her. She is wonderful, as you can see, and you can see more of her and me doing our edible cookie frames, or giftable cookie frames class. And make sure that you check that out. I get that it's right before Christmas, so if you don't have time to dive into it, you can watch it at your leisure. But we have a special going on right now, a special holiday pricing, so you can grab it now before that pricing goes away. It actually ends tomorrow, so make sure that you grab it before tomorrow, and then you can watch that whenever you'd like. And I'm so excited for y'all to try it. So you'll have to share with us your cookie frames. Make sure that you tag my mom too. Make sure you tag at Whisk & Company, because she's going to want to see your cookie creations with the cookie frames as well. Okay.
Yeah, and if you grab that class now, then you're all prepared for Valentine's Day and the rest of the year. So
yeah,
even if you don't get them done for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we all know how the plans we have, and they never quite all happen. So
I know. We try.
It's a very quick class. If you've got 24 hours, you could do it.
Yeah. Mom, thank you for hanging out with me tonight.
Totally my pleasure.
We will have to do this again. This is very fun. Thanks, everybody. Have a happy holidays. Happy Christmas, and we'll see y'all soon. Okay. Bye, everybody.